everyone, today we'll answer another question from Reddit. I think I've chose one with the title Advice for Student Part 1 Job Searching and Options for Post-Honours Degree UK. I'm from the UK and therefore following the RIBA Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3 system towards becoming an architect. I completed my ordinary degree this month as I was studying abroad in Germany as part of that. I've been applying for Part 1 architectural assistant jobs but haven't had much luck and was wondering if anyone on here had any advice on what to do in order to stand out. I live in Scotland and the only place in the UK I wouldn't realistically relocate is London due to prices. However, I'm aware it's quite late to be getting a Part 1 job as most start in September. The other option is to go back to university to finish my degree, but I fear this means I'd also have to complete my master's right after due to the way my university works, and I worry that coming out of that with no practical experience will cause issues when job hunting. Am I right in thinking this? I apologize for the long pause. I'm just uncertain how to navigate this at the moment. So I understand that it's really frustrating, the job market is not that great at the moment. It's really competitive, and I think it's really competitive, especially in this time of year. I wouldn't worry about, missing your time to apply for a job, while some bigger companies have that time frame when applying to a position because they want to get people straight out of university. There's so many medium-sized companies that do not necessarily follow that pattern. So maybe I would also focus on applying to smaller cities, local villages. The experience you gain there can be just as valuable and can give you that experience that would allow you to then go to masters and find a different job afterwards, right? Also, a good thing about applying to smaller practices is that sometimes you get involved into many more RIBA stages. When you go to a big practice, sometimes you're within a department that mainly does RIBA Part 4 or RIBA Part 3, right? In a smaller practice, you are more likely to experience all RIBA stages, which is actually, I think, a good thing, especially when you start your architecture journey. Another thing that's important to mention is about your portfolio. Sometimes people put everything in their portfolio, everything they've done. They keep it exactly as for the university crits and submissions, which is not the best idea. Ultimately, your portfolio should have between 8 to maybe 15, 16 pages maximum. It should be well organized, very clean, so that all the information are easy to find. Very little text, just key words, one sentence here and there. Ideally, the layout should be well balanced so that it's easy to find all of the information on the page. Start with a key image, a hero image, and then also show a little bit of progress, process, sketches, how you're thinking. And it's also important to show very good and clean cut drawings, because that will actually tell your future employer how much time they'll need to spend to teach you the basics, right? Of course, they want a person who thinks well, who's a great designer, but if you don't have the basic CAD work, from a perspective at least of small to medium sized practice, you'd need to spend a lot of work learning how to use CAD rather than actually consciously helping with the process. So I think having very good, clean, detailed CAD drawings is great. So if you don't have them done that well yet, I would focus a bit more time to clean them up and make them look really good. Also, if you're really struggling and want to maybe sign up for a Revit course for a month or two, I think that will be really helpful. A lot of, especially bigger companies, like people who use Revit, it really brings you up on that competitive scale, if I can call it like that. I think it would be really useful if you want to kind of proceed with that job searching for a bit longer time. I think doing that Revit course would be very beneficial and can help you find a job a bit quicker once you do it. I think it's important to keep applying. Don't worry about timelines. Just apply to different companies. There's so many architectural companies outside of the top 20 or 30 or even AJ 100 companies list. So just look for a place that would be a nice place to live for a while, and try to find a job that would be meaningful to you. And I think if you just constantly apply and maybe, it's always good to drop by maybe an office with your physical portfolio and CV, introduce yourself. Sometimes this can help as well. So, just find different things that could work. You do not only need to send CVs and portfolios to places that actively say that they have a position, because maybe a position open in a month and they already have your CV on hand. A lot of companies as well keep the CVs and portfolios on record for about 6 months. So the fact that you haven't gotten a job right away doesn't mean you won't get it in the future. And also, if you send your CVs and portfolios up front, you never know, maybe in one of those companies a position will open soon afterwards and you'll already be in their system. I always think it's important to send your portfolios to many practices and just go with it, Another thing maybe useful to do is attend maybe a couple of RIBA events, or every RIBA has its own branch, I would say, which is not only based in London, the main one, but there are branches for different regions in the UK, and they organize networking events, many different events that you can kind of join and meet people and get that experience. Or also LinkedIn is a good place to try to connect, say that you're open for work, make sure your LinkedIn page is up to date with the newest information. I think that's important. And I think use this time while searching a job to refine your portfolio, refine your CV. If you'd like, you can go onto our website. There is a free portfolio guide on the Scala Studio website, as well as we have some other materials with templates and further advice on CV, cover letter, how to apply, interview questions, and some workshops that can help you potentially redo your portfolio in a more structured manner. I think there is a 2-week improve your portfolio workshop that's kind of do it at home version, as well as more in-person workshops that I run myself. So see, maybe some of it will be helpful. I wish you all the luck, and I hope you'll find your job soon.